Hi there. You're watching Pop Culture Warrior. This is the way.
Hi there. It's your second favorite DP right here, okay? No, that's Deadpool, you silly little Hufflepuff. Anyways, I'm gonna need you to shut up that pretty little mouth of yours and pay attention because the show's about to start, alright? And, I don't know about you, but I know who's my vote for sexiest ex-soldier turned pop culture show host. Alright, enough foreplay. Let's get on with the show.
Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Hey everybody, welcome one and all. Today is March 5th, 2024. This is episode 162 of Pop Culture Warrior. It is the show where I stay up to date on all the ins and outs of what's happening in pop culture, so you don't have to. I am CQ, I am your Pop Culture Warrior, and joining me now, if you're watching on YouTube, he's kind of down here, if you know what I mean. But if you're with like the rest of us, everybody, please welcome our beloved co-host, He's the man with the mouth, or the Marine with the mouth. He's Mad Mike. Hey, buddy.
Buddy.
How are you?
I like how we were live way early. I was checking to see if we were vertical, and it just shows me looking down on the phone.
I told you, man. I told you the
YouTubes or
YouTubes
something.
The YouTubes, I guess now are where you'll be able to see like behind the scenes. We can't hide.
Talking shit about everybody.
We can't hide. I can't mute it. We can't hide behind graphics. It is just us front and center. So we shall. I'm still getting updates and notifications. This is great. I got to take off my watch when we're streaming. If you haven't noticed, I don't look as I usually do. I have not shaved. I am not wearing my CQ hat. I'm not wearing a Pop Culture Warrior shirt. My background's a mess.
Laundry day, or you got robbed?
It's if I can be completely frank for a moment, call me Frank.
I don't know. What Frank who?
So if I can be frank for a moment, I just didn't feel like it.
To us, Frank.
I didn't feel it tonight. I didn't feel it. I've been dealing with stuff in my own personal life.
You've been in your freaking basement playing.
First of all, you don't know the things
like
I've been
nerd.
You don't know the things I've been dealing with. But anyway, point is, I was like, you know
Playing
what?
the drums, playing the board games.
I got the drums. And yes, for those, so real quick to point it out, right there is the table. And you can see the box. Marvel Zombies, the tabletop strategy game. Yes, I'm a nerd. Yes, I know. I was very excited. I found it. Hey, Angry Elf. It's a lot of fun. I brought some guys over. We played. I've been thinking of doing this for a while now, and we're trying to make it work and see what we can do. But basically, every Friday or Saturday night, depending on, because, you know, my schedule is very crazy, depending what's going on, I want to go live, but not for like a show, more for like a hangout, doing different stuff. So like last week, we played the tabletop Marvel Zombies. People, dude, we had 12 people watching live and commenting and chatting with us. And it was great. We had a lot of fun. And we'll probably do that like every other Friday or something like that.
12 people, that's more than we freaking get on a Tuesday.
It's easier for people to be free on a Friday. What can you say? For this...
Get a life, fucking nerds.
That's good. Antagonize the very people we're trying to get to watch the show. You stupid asses. Can't believe you're watching this shit. For this Friday, it'll be more chill. I'll let you know now. It will be only on Facebook, where we'll go live. And I'm going to sit around.
Zuckerberg gave you a bunch of cash.
I'm going to build this. I'm going to build this on stream, like probably back there on the table.
How many pieces does that say? Is that the Mega Blocks? It's like 5 pieces.
it's a 6-piece set. It's a Spider-Man head and a block you put it on.
It's 487 pieces.
487 pieces. That is correct. It's for 18 plus.
For 6 hours while you put that together.
This is not for kids, man. It's for 18 plus. So, you know, it's fine. So I'm gonna build that for an hour. Like I'm not gonna do the whole build. We'll see. And then the whole idea is just that, you know, I'll hang out, we'll talk. If you guys have thoughts or questions or you just want to hang out and shoot the shit and it's just gonna be a hangout. I might invite some people over. There might be special guests. You know, it's just gonna be a cool, you know, a chill thing, man. You see, look at it. Look what you did. Is it okay? I'll go get a life. Unsubscribed. You know, man. Hey, Corey. No, not tonight. We're not watching the build tonight. I was just saying we're gonna go live on Friday. I'll do it probably 9 p.m. Eastern on Friday. and I'll go live and build that. It'll be fun. And
Oh,
in case you didn't notice, this right here, this hat I'm wearing is for a very good purpose. This was the 10th anniversary logo for AwesomeCon, and this weekend is AwesomeCon, Washington D.C.'s premier Comic-Con experience. And honestly, if I can say, of all the cons in the country, probably in the top 5 best cons, right? Where you got like San Diego tops, you got New York tops, Philly is pretty awesome. I think was it like Orlando MegaCon is a really good one. There's a couple, but I think Awesome Con for being the youngest of all these cons, we myself and Mad Mike here were at the first ever Awesome Con. What, 10, 11 years ago. So this was a 10th anniversary hat, a special edition they did.
Kiri Airways.
Oh man,
molester to you.
that was he molested me, but then what's his name molested you? That was
at Atlantic City.
oh, that was at Atlantic City Con. That's right. Different convention.
Death stroke.
Yeah,
Ball stroke.
For you maybe. So obviously, if you couldn't guess, tonight we don't have a special guest joining us. I needed to hi.
Our shit's gonna drop out probably. We didn't want to have anyone on.
I got a comment on YouTube. I got a comment on YouTube saying I'm the only person on your live. True, on the YouTube side of things, because this is the very first time I've broadcast to YouTube. On the Facebook side of things, it's live and kicking over here, babe. But thank you. Hi, I think it's Anya. Anya, thanks for hanging out with us. This is the first ever time we're live on YouTube in this way. So congratulations. You win the door prize. You're the first person to ever see us on YouTube. In a very different format. We are in vertical format in YouTube, where we on widescreen format in HD and everywhere else in all the other platforms. So there's no guest tonight, but I had to put this out there because the slate of celebrity guests that we are getting over the next couple months is blowing my mind. Mike, are you ready for this? Right? Because when I tell you that we have Amy Jo Johnson, the original Pink Power Ranger. Let me pull up my notes here. Let me run down a list here of people that we are getting together with. So, Anjali Bahmani, who came on our show previously, she's at AwesomeCon. We're gonna link up with her there. We're gonna do a little something special with her there. So we got her. We've got who else? Oh, huge. Orlando Jones is coming on the show. If you don't know Orlando Jones, shame on you.
Shame on you.
Shame on me for not letting you know who Orlando Jones is. And oh my God, we got a super chat. Is that what that is? Is that what I call these? These are super chats. I'll give it a heart. From the actual King Smith. He says, Christ. You figured it out. Teach me, oh wise one. Hey, there you go. See, he said, I break things and I make things improve. It's what I do. Corey wants to know, is Mad Mike going to AwesomeCon? Mad Mike, care to comment?
No. Nope.
I invited him. He said, "Go fuck myself." That's what he told me. So you know,
pretty much. I said, I'm not a nerd. Go fuck yourself.
Although here's a great line from Greg. You know, if I'm at home on a Friday night watching you put together a Spider-Man Lego set, I may need to call a hotline. Like, yeah,
that's right.
Yeah. That's fair. It's fair. It's fair. I'm not even mad at it. Again, this is something that, hey, I don't even know how to say, like, it's not that I don't want to do it, but we'll see. Anyway, who else we got? So we got Orlando Jones, awesome actor, been in a ton of stuff. We have unidentified. I can't say it yet. Not unidentified, but undisclosed.
To be named.
To be named. To be named
Thou
person.
who shall not be named.
They who shall not be named. A person of interest from the series Monarch: Legacy of Monsters. That's a good one.
It ain't Kurt Russell. Don't get all excited.
I mean, it could be. It could be. We've got.
You haven't seen our guests on this show.
We've got Jason Fount, who was another Red Ranger. I think he was the second Red Ranger, third Red Ranger. I don't know. One of those. We've got people from. There's a new. Well, the second season is coming out. Billy the Kid. So we got someone from Billy the Kid. There's a new show coming out called Beacon 23. So we've got someone from that show. The list goes on and on, man. J. David Bethel. He's a comic book writer, prolific voice actor, Yuri Lowenthal. And Angry Elf, you're gonna like this one because you know him. Yuri Lowenthal is the voice of Sony's Spider-Man. So we're adding a Spider-Man to our collection. So that's really cool. And then I've got a couple of names, Mike, that you would be like, wait, seriously? We'll talk about that on the side, though, because those
on
are
YouTube. You can see us talk about it.
we'll have to talk about that on a different day and time. Let's see what else. So yeah. No, I didn't get Wyatt Russell. Jesus Christ. I just said it's not Wyatt Russell. I mean, here's the thing. I can't say I didn't get Kurt or Wyatt Russell. And I can't say that I did not possibly get Wyatt Russell. We'll see what happens. We'll see it happen. King says Patreon exclusive. What? Specifically, what is a Patreon exclusive? I don't know. We'll see. What was I going to say?
I guess he means who? I don't know. Let's not try to figure out what's.
Yeah. Who knows, man? I might. I'm not 100% sure on it yet. I might do it where, like, I'll be live on Facebook for these Friday get-togethers, Friday game nights, things like that, Friday hangouts. And it might be live on Facebook, but as soon as it's over, basically remove it. And then it'll be a Patreon exclusive where, like, you will only be able to see it there. Like, the archive of it will only be available on. So either you hang out live, or if you're a Patreon member, then you can watch back what happens.
You can be extremely bored and.
I'm gonna need you at some point to help sell people on this shit. You know that? My God, you're such a bummer. Biggest bummer award goes to. Anyway,
crush your freaking bad ideas.
So lots of guests coming up, lots more on the way. Scott. All right, last I'm gonna mention it. Hey Keith, hey Scott, hey Greg, hey Greg. Last time I'm gonna mention, I said we did a game night last Friday. That's still behind me, the Marvel Zombies game, which we're gonna do every other week. Either that game or some other tabletop game. This Friday, I figured I'm just gonna sit on chat and build this Spider-Man Lego thing, and just chat and just hang out. And if you guys want to hang out and chill with me, then we'll have a good time. We'll have a good time.
You could also stream King K. Smith Gaming and watch something entertaining.
That thing's we'll leave that at that. Anyway. So we talked about guests. We talked about Friday's content. Dude, what the hell was up with Facebook today? Did you try? It was down like across the country, just across the country. You want to badmouth Facebook while you're at it? You're on such a roll.
Yeah, it's fucking garbage. Yeah, I use that shit. I used to use it to watch this hot garbage, but now I'm on it, so I don't have to watch it.
It's incredible how you can praise it and knock it all in the same sentence. You have a gift, my friend. You have a gift. I just want you to know that.
I use the internet.
So today today for I think it was like an hour or two, like
Oh
Facebook
my
and all that.
god, did people
Like
kill themselves?
kind of. It basically like logged everybody out, and it
You're
said
like,
like
I gotta build a fucking Lego now.
I've
God
got to build
damn it.
Legos. The best comment I saw when it came back was somebody had messaged me. They're like, "Are you pushing buttons again?"
That was
It's
good.
like, sorry, I broke Facebook. My bad. I was fucking with shit to get my show ready and broke
Hey,
Facebook.
guess what's still fucking running? MySpace. Hop over to that bad boy.
It's hot right now. It's hot.
Check out my background music.
They saw an explosive amount of visitors. A whole 7 people logged into their MySpace. The servers almost crashed immediately. They caught on fire. So okay, let's talk news.
Do a show? Should we talk about
Let's talk about some pop culture stuff. Let's see. I'm just looking at the chats here. Hey gentlemen. Hey Will, how you doing, bud? Scott got sucked. Keith says either it was bad routing configurations or something deleted a certificate. Yeah, probably. I bet you they just unplugged it, plugged it back in, turned it off, and turned it back on, and it fixed everything.
Reset the Wi-Fi.
Reset the Wi-Fi. So over the last few weeks, we have been checking in on the progress of one certain Madam Web. I can't help myself because it's so fascinating to me just how bad they messed this up, how bad it's going for them. So I found what's her name? Dakota Johnson has, after the press tour, gone on and done an interview. And they obviously asked her about like how she feels that the movie has been received this way. And this is a direct quote. Unfortunately, I'm not surprised that this has gone down the way it has. Now, when I read that opening line, I went, oh no. Is she going to blame the fans? Is she going to blame the toxic masculinity of why, female-led superhero movies can't be profitable or whatever? So I was just like, all right, buckle up. Let's see what she has to say. So here's what she said. It's so hard to get movies made. And in these big movies that get made, it's even starting to happen. Wait, she's kind of is a run-on sentence here. It's so hard to get movies made. And in these big movies that get made, and it's even starting to happen with the little ones, which is really freaking me out, decisions are being made by committees. And art does not do well when it's made by committee. Films are made by a filmmaker and a team of artists around them. You cannot make art based on numbers and algorithms. My feeling has been for a long time that audiences are extremely smart and executives have started to believe that they're not. Audiences will always be able to sniff out bullshit, even if films start to be made with AI. Humans aren't going to fucking want to see those. So, for the first time, I actually was like, I'm kind of on her side.
She nailed it. She basically said the studio executive dumbasses were like, let's do this and let's do that. And then people won't know.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we will. We're not fucking stupid.
It
the
is
only people that want to see Madam Web read a fucking comic book in their life.
Yeah. It is so true that is, I like, as a consumer, as a person who loves these kind of movies, it does feel like it like certain companies are pandering and certain companies are like, they'll watch it, whatever. Just get a thing, put a thing, make it do some colors and fight a thing. They'll shovel their cash over. Like,
yeah, it's the DC freaking mentality. Just shovel shit out there and we'll back up the cash truck.
It's very much, remember, like late 80s, early 90s superhero movies? Like, it's very much that mentality. Like, just take this thing, make it modern and hip, and release it, and these idiots will just show up.
Yeah.
When there was a change is when you got, like, serious artists and creators and filmmakers. When you got Tom Raimi doing a Spider-Man. when you got Christopher Nolan doing a Batman.
Sam Raimi.
Sorry, what did I say?
Tom Raimi.
Tom Raimi. Oh, Jesus. My brain's all over the place.
Like random people.
Tom Raimi. Sam Raimi doing Spider-Man. You got Christopher Nolan doing Batman. And they're like, wow, these movies are good. Like, no shit. You got real filmmakers to make good movies, and people forked over cash, and they just I don't know. I don't know. So for the first time, I find myself agreeing with Dakota Johnson. Never thought I'd say that. And she's like, yeah, people can smell the bullshit. They can smell the bullshit. Now she goes into a little more clarity here, which I find fascinating. But first we'll say, with more than 200 reviews calculated, sites like Rotten Tomatoes claim that only 12% of the reviews are positive, which is an abysmal score for any film, let alone a comic book film featuring major stars. It's been in theaters for nearly 3 weeks and has not even made $100 million worldwide. So in 3 weeks, for a tentpole Sony movie to not even make $100 million worldwide is terrible. About as terrible as it can be. While the critical reactions are overwhelmingly negative, there isn't one specific complaint that people have with the movie. It's just, it feels disjointed. It feels like she said that it was made by a committee. Like 30 different people each had a section and were like, I'm going to make the best Madam Web. But like, it's like if you took 12 artists to make one comic book, right? And each page you're flipping and like the art style is completely different. And the narratives, it doesn't feel a whole film. Yeah. Well, so here's the final thing she said, which I found very poignant. In regards to making this movie, it was definitely an experience for me to make this movie. I had never done anything like it before, which she was in 50 Shades of Grey, which had a big following. But again, whatever. She says, I probably will never do anything like it again because I don't make sense in that world. And I know that now. But sometimes in this industry, you sign on to do something and it's one thing. And then as you're making it, it becomes a completely different thing. And you're like, wait, what? But it was a real learning experience for me. And of course, it's not nice to be part of something that's ripped to shreds, but I can't say that I don't understand. So again, I found these comments to be rather refreshingly like non-PC, where she's not like, well, we did, like, she's saying like, look, it's bullshit. She's saying this sucks.
She doesn't want her career freaking ruined.
Yeah. I mean, and she's
basically said like, yeah, I signed up because they made big promises, and then they freaking under-delivered, and I'm separating my shit from it because I got to make a living.
Yeah. And I like the part where she goes like, I'll never be a part of something like this again. And it's like, is it your choice, really?
Got them bills to pay.
It was like when they tell you like, hey, we want Madam Web 2 and here's all the money, you're going to be like, no, I don't think I'll be part of this. I don't make sense in this universe anymore. It's $800 billion. Okay. We'll figure it out. We'll make it work.
Yeah.
We'll make it
totally do that. I'll totally do that.
Straight to DOD, DVD, DOD, VOD.
VOD, video on demand.
Video on demand. I'm doing great tonight. Can you tell? I'm doing fantastic. While there aren't any current future Madam Web films planned, the franchise will continue in the sense of Kraven the Hunter and Venom 3. Like I said, last week, it was so wild to me. Hey, Lawrence, he says, was it that bad? I mean, only if you have eyeballs and ears and a brain. Other than that, it was spectacular. I just found it so awesome when, for months leading up to this, they're like, we're building this Spider-Man universe, and we've got Venom, and we've got Morbius, and now we've got Madam Web, and then, like, right before this comes out, like, literally, they knew They knew. They've been pushing
Well,
it hard,
they
but
got
they
all the critic
knew.
reviews, right? Like the
They
week before.
knew. Well, they remember they do test audiences too, so they
Yeah.
knew for a while. But right up into the last minute, they're like, and then they're like, no, this is a standalone movie. This has nothing to do with all those other Spider-Man characters. This is just a sole Madam Web movie. Like they removed there was so much stuff in there about Spider-Man that they removed. Like,
Really?
yeah, like because they never actually say his name, Peter Parker. That was taken out. What was the other one? They had references to like, oh, you're gonna lead, all like every reference to Spider-Man was removed. Every reference. Because they literally at the last minute were like, we need to distance ourselves as far as possible from this thing. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, these are. What are you gonna do? Anyway, enough about Madam Web because I know we've beat that dead horse. I wanted to bring it up only because for once I was really impressed that someone stood up and said, yes, this was shit. and the realness of it, like, it's not the fans' fault.
Yeah.
We had nothing to do with it. It falls squarely on the people that made it. And kudos to her. If she's saying, hey, I signed on, what they told me was something very different than what I ended up doing. Hey, I feel for you. A lot of us were in the military. You signed up to join the infantry because you were going to be doing some cool shit. And now you're, 3,000 miles away stirring a shit pot in 120 degrees weather. And you're like, this is not the shit that I signed up for. So in that way, I empathize, dear with Dakota Johnson. Dakota Johnson, I empathize with you. But at the same time, all you had to do was look at Sony's records. That's really all you had to do.
She signed that contract for that fat ass paycheck. And was like, oh, shit, I'll do it too. I don't fucking care. Give me $10 million. I'll make the shittiest fucking movies you ever see in your life. Shit, Nicolas Cage does it all the time. Her fucking dad's been doing it for like 100 years now.
Pretty much.
All that guy's made is hot garbage.